Your person couldn't hold back their feelings at a family gathering last night. What happened next shocked everyone. My beloved child. Before another thought steals your attention, listen carefully because last night something happened that nobody at that family gathering expected. What began as an ordinary evening filled with quiet conversations, polite smiles, and familiar faces suddenly turned into a moment that everyone will remember for years. Your person walked into that room carrying a secret they had promised themselves they would never reveal. They repeated in their mind that they would stay calm, hide every emotion, and leave without letting anyone notice what was truly happening inside their heart. But destiny had prepared a completely different ending. The moment someone casually mentioned your name, everything inside them shifted. Their expression changed. Their heartbeat refused to slow down. Their eyes searched the room as though they expected you to appear from nowhere. Even relatives who knew nothing about you noticed that something unusual had taken over them. A silence spread across the table that nobody could explain. One family member leaned forward and whispered, "Why are they reacting like this?" Another quietly exchanged nervous glances without saying a word. Your person tried to smile, but emotions are impossible to hide forever. The walls they had built around their hearts started breaking apart one piece at a time. Don't skip, because what happened next became the beginning of something nobody saw coming. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and every passing second reveals another piece of a story that has been hidden far longer than you realize. Without warning, the conversation moved in a direction that made escape impossible. Someone jokingly asked your person whether there was anybody special occupying their thoughts these days. Everyone laughed, expecting another simple answer that would keep the evening light-hearted. Instead, your person froze. Their smile disappeared completely. For several long seconds they couldn't even pretend to answer. That silence became louder than any words ever could. Every eye turned toward them. Even children stopped talking. The room felt strangely still, as though time itself had paused to witness what would happen next. Deep inside, your person remembered every moment connected to you, the memories they had tried to bury, the feelings they had fought against, and the hope they kept telling themselves was impossible. Their heart refused to obey logic anymore. A close family member quietly noticed tears beginning to form in their eyes and immediately realized this was no ordinary reaction. Questions started spreading around the room faster than whispers. Who are they thinking about? Why can't they answer? What happened? Nobody knew that your name had become the one truth your person could no longer hide. The strongest people eventually reach a moment when pretending becomes more painful than honesty, and last night your person reached that exact moment. Don't skip, because the next few minutes completely changed the atmosphere inside that house. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what was about to happen would leave everyone speechless. Then came the moment that shocked every single person sitting there. Your person slowly looked up, took a deep breath, and although they never expected to reveal anything, their emotions escaped before their mind could stop them. Their voice trembled with a sincerity nobody had ever heard before. The confidence they usually showed had completely vanished, replaced by a truth that had been waiting for the perfect moment to break free. Several relatives stared in complete disbelief because they had never seen your person speak with so much emotion about anyone. One older family member quietly placed a hand on the table, sensing that something life-changing was unfolding right in front of everyone. Another family member who had once doubted the seriousness of these feelings suddenly stopped smiling altogether. They realized this wasn't temporary admiration or passing curiosity. This was something much deeper, something that had survived silence, distance, and countless attempts to ignore it. Your person admitted that no matter how hard they tried to move forward, their heart kept returning to the same person over and over again. The room fell into complete silence. Nobody interrupted. Nobody laughed. Nobody knew what to say next because the truth had finally escaped, and once truth finds its voice, it can never be hidden again. But what nobody at the gathering knew was that one unexpected person had been secretly watching this entire conversation from the very beginning, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal something that would completely transform the story. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A few moments later, the silence finally broke, but not in the way anyone expected. One family member slowly stood up and looked directly at your person with an expression that carried both surprise and understanding. Everyone thought they were about to question those feelings or tell them to move on. Instead, they quietly said, "I knew this day would come." The entire room froze again. Nobody had expected someone else to already know the truth. Your person looked completely stunned, wondering how their deepest secret had been discovered long before they were ready to admit it themselves. That relative explained that for months they had been noticing little things that everyone else ignored, the way your person smiled whenever your name appeared, the way they suddenly became quiet after certain conversations, and the way their eyes always carried hope even when they insisted everything was over. Suddenly, every small moment from the past started making sense. People around the table began connecting memories they had never thought were important. Don't skip, because what was revealed next changed everyone's understanding of the situation. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the biggest surprise had not even arrived. Your person tried to change the subject, but emotions had already taken control of the evening. Another unexpected voice spoke from the other side of the room. "There's something you all deserve to know." Every head turned instantly. The atmosphere became so quiet that even the sound of a clock seemed louder than before. That person revealed they had recently spoken with someone who had seen your person during one of their most emotional moments, a moment when nobody else was around. They described how your person had looked at an old memory connected to you and whispered words they thought nobody would ever hear. Until that second, everyone believed those feelings had faded with time. Now they realized the opposite was true. Every passing day had only made those emotions stronger. Faces around the room changed from curiosity to complete disbelief. Some exchanged nervous glances, while others simply sat speechless, unable to process what they were hearing. Your person lowered their head, knowing there was no reason to hide anymore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth was growing larger with every passing second, and nobody was prepared for the next revelation. Then the most unexpected twist of the night arrived. A family member quietly reached into a drawer and placed a small folded note on the table. Your person's face changed the instant they saw it. They recognized it immediately. It was something they had believed was lost forever. Nobody else understood why their hands began shaking, but your person did. That note carried words connected to you, words they had never stopped thinking about. Before anyone could open it, another relative softly said, "There is one more thing you still don't know." Those words sent a wave of shock through the room. Every eye shifted toward the speaker. Your person could barely breathe, sensing that the next sentence would change everything they believed about the connection they had been trying so hard to forget. The folded note remained unopened on the table while every heartbeat in the room seemed to grow louder. The person who held the final truth slowly looked around at everyone before saying, "Last night wasn't the beginning of this story, it was only the moment you finally noticed it." At that exact second, your person's entire future seemed ready to change forever, but what was hidden inside that note was even more unbelievable than anyone could imagine. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The room remained completely still as every pair of eyes focused on the folded note resting in the center of the table. Nobody reached for it at first. It was as if everyone sensed that opening it would uncover something that could never be hidden again. Your person slowly extended a trembling hand, then stopped halfway. Fear and hope were fighting inside them at the same time. They whispered, "What if everything changes after this?" No one answered because deep down they all felt the same thing. The family member who had protected that note for so long finally revealed why it had never been thrown away. "I kept it because I believed one day you would need the courage to face what your heart has been trying to tell you." Those words struck your person harder than anyone realized. Memories rushed back one after another, moments they had replayed countless times, conversations they wished they could relive, and feelings they had tried to silence but never truly escaped. Even those relatives who had doubted the seriousness of these emotions began realizing they had misunderstood the situation all along. Don't skip, because the next revelation turned an emotional family gathering into something nobody could have predicted. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the truth hiding inside that note was only the beginning. With unsteady hands, your person carefully unfolded the paper. The room became so quiet that every breath could be heard. Their eyes moved across the words, and within seconds their entire expression changed. Nobody else could read what was written, but everyone could see the impact it had. Tears filled their eyes before they could stop them. A smile appeared at the same time, creating an expression that nobody in the family had ever witnessed before. One relative quietly asked, "What does it say?" Your person couldn't answer immediately because the message had awakened emotions they thought had disappeared forever. The note didn't contain a long explanation. It carried a simple reminder that real feelings never vanish just because time passes. In that instant, your person understood something they had been refusing to accept for far too long. Running away had never erased the connection. Pretending had never weakened it. Silence had never replaced it. Instead, every attempt to forget had only made the truth stronger. Several family members lowered their heads, realizing they had encouraged your person to ignore emotions that were clearly still alive. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened after the note was read left everyone questioning everything they believed. Then, just as everyone thought the biggest surprise had already happened, a phone resting quietly on the table suddenly lit up. Nobody touched it, but every eye immediately turned toward the glowing screen. Your person's heartbeat became impossible to hide. The name appearing there instantly changed the atmosphere once again. Even before the call was answered, one older family member softly smiled and whispered, "Some moments arrive exactly when they're meant to." Your person stared at the screen in complete disbelief, unable to decide whether to answer or let the moment pass forever. Every second felt heavier than the last. The room remained silent, waiting for a decision that could change everything. Just as their hand moved toward the phone, another unexpected sound came from outside the house. Someone had arrived. A gentle knock echoed through the doorway, and every person in that room turned toward the entrance at exactly the same moment. Your person's face went completely pale because deep inside, they already had a feeling about who might be standing on the other side. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The door was about to open, and nothing would ever be the same again. The knock came again, this time slower, louder, and impossible to ignore. No one moved. Every family member looked at your person, waiting for them to decide whether to open the door. Their heart was racing so fast that it felt impossible to think clearly. Every instinct told them that whatever waited outside was connected to everything that had happened during the evening. They took one careful step forward, then another. The closer they came to the door, the quieter the room became. Even those who had been whispering only moments earlier now watched in complete silence. Your person reached for the handle, paused for one final breath, and slowly pulled the door open. Standing there was someone carrying nothing except a calm expression and a single envelope. They didn't say a word at first. They simply looked into your person's eyes as though they already understood every emotion that had been hidden for so long. The stranger gently handed over the envelope and quietly said, "This was meant to reach you after tonight." Before anyone could ask another question, they turned around and walked away without looking back. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your person carefully closed the door and stared at the envelope. It wasn't the handwriting or the sealed paper that made their hands shake. It was the feeling that this moment had somehow been waiting for them long before that family gathering ever began. One relative encouraged them to open it immediately, while another suggested waiting until everyone had gone home. But your person already knew they couldn't wait another second. As the seal was slowly broken, every heartbeat in the room seemed to grow louder. Inside was a short message that carried more weight than anyone expected. It spoke about unfinished conversations, unspoken feelings, and a truth that had been delayed, not denied. It hinted that someone had been trying to find the right moment to step forward instead of the perfect words. The message didn't answer every question. Instead, it created even bigger ones. Why had it arrived tonight? Who had arranged for it to be delivered? And why did it feel like every event from the evening had been leading to this exact second? Faces around the room filled with disbelief because nothing about this felt like coincidence anymore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then another realization struck your person harder than anything else. They looked back at the folded note from earlier and then at the new message. The two pieces fit together perfectly, almost as if they had always belonged side by side. Suddenly, they understood that someone had quietly been protecting this connection from the shadows, allowing every event to unfold in its own time instead of forcing it too soon. One older family member slowly smiled and whispered, "Now I finally understand why everything happened the way it did." The room was filled with emotions nobody could put into words. Yet just as your person believed they had uncovered the biggest truth of the night, something unexpected caught their attention. Tucked inside the envelope was one final slip of paper with only a single sentence written across it: "Tomorrow changes everything." No date. No signature. No explanation. Only those three unforgettable words. Your person's eyes widened as they realized this story wasn't reaching its ending, it was only stepping into its most unbelievable chapter. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A restless night followed, but your person never truly slept. The mysterious sentence kept repeating in their mind like an echo that refused to disappear: "Tomorrow changes everything." Before sunrise, they found themselves standing near the same window where they had spent countless mornings wondering whether they should keep holding on or finally let go. This morning felt different. The air carried an unexplainable calm, yet their heart was beating faster than ever before. Every small sound made them turn around, expecting something unexpected to happen. Even their family noticed the change. Nobody teased them anymore. Nobody questioned their feelings. Instead, they quietly watched as your person prepared for a day that somehow felt bigger than any ordinary day. It was as though everyone sensed that the next few hours would reveal answers that had taken months to arrive. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The biggest surprise wasn't behind them, it was quietly moving closer with every passing minute. As the morning unfolded, another unexpected discovery changed everything once again. While gathering a few belongings before leaving the house, your person noticed something tucked inside an old book they hadn't opened in a very long time. It wasn't there by accident. Inside was a small photograph connected to a memory they had almost forgotten. The moment they looked at it, dozens of forgotten emotions returned all at once. One family member looked over their shoulder and softly smiled before saying, "Some memories never disappear because they're waiting for the right moment to return." Those words sent chills through the entire room. Suddenly, every event from the previous night began fitting together like pieces of a puzzle. The emotional confession. The folded note, the mysterious envelope, and now this forgotten photograph. None of it felt random anymore. It felt like someone had quietly been arranging every step long before your person realized it. Their heartbeat grew stronger as one question filled their mind: if all these signs were leading somewhere, what was waiting at the end? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Just as your person reached for the door to step outside, their phone vibrated once again. This time it wasn't an unknown notification or an ordinary message. The screen displayed only a single line: "The truth you've been waiting for is closer than you think." There was no name attached, no explanation, and no way to know who had sent it. Your person stood completely still, unable to take another step. Their family gathered behind them, equally shocked by the timing. Nobody spoke because everyone understood they had reached the edge of something extraordinary. Then, almost immediately after reading the message, another notification appeared. It wasn't a text. It was a location pin, one that seemed strangely familiar. Your person's eyes widened as memories rushed back faster than ever before. Without saying a single word, they slipped the phone into their pocket and headed toward the door with a look of determination no one had ever seen before. They knew that whatever waited at that location would finally answer the questions that had haunted their heart for so long. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The journey was no longer about discovering hidden feelings, it was about facing the truth that had been moving toward them all along.